Hello, I'm Patrick. I'm French. I'm 55. I won't say because I'm old, I have better taste, but I've seen many movies, blockbusters or more little movies. And I'll talk here about Jurassic Park Rebirth and Superman. I want to oppose them because I liked one and hated the other. You'll see which. And we'll see some qualities, but mostly bad points about each of these movies, and you'll understand more the problem with Hollywood today that has shaped little by little the taste of people to go down, and find good something that is really poor. So let's talk a bit about the stories. So Jurassic Park Rebirth. We have a secret lab where they experience with dinos, where a stupid asshole drops a paper that goes into the security system and seals the place, and he dies inside because he's stupid. So, I won't talk much about that. Zora, Scarlett Johansson, is recruited by an ultra-rich pharmaceutical company that wants to develop a cure for cardiac problems, or not. We're not even sure at this point. The white shirt guy, I don't even remember his name because he's so boring, recruits also a young guy working in a museum specialized in dinosaurs. I'll be fast on the story. They go away. They meet a friend of Scarlett that pilots a boat, and a blonde guy. I forgot the name of the actor. I find him terrible every time. So they get on the water to search for the Mosasaurus. At the same time, a family, the father, his teenage daughter, and his very much younger daughter, and the teenager girl's boyfriend are on a boat, and they get attacked by the Mosasaurus. Scarlett and their friends decide to go save them. There's a bit of action, betrayal, and all that, but it's not that important. So they get the Mosasaurus blood. They get on the island, find the big ones. I forgot the name. The land ones, we'll say, where there's a strange scene of two being in love with each other. Not terrible, but it's a bit strange. So they get the second blood. The third blood, they get the flying one, Quetzalcoatlus or something, that lives in an ancient ruin. Could have been interesting if they spent more time with that. What was this civilization? Did they worship dinosaurs? Could have been interesting. Maybe they'll do in the next movie. I don't know. Then they go to the village where the helicopter should take them to save them. Of course, they get attacked by other dinosaurs. The white shirt guy betrays and steals a car. They have to go underground in tunnels. They get to the boat. And that's about that. No interest in doing more story. Superman. First scene, and I'll begin criticizing. Superman crashes in the ground. Is saved by a stupid doggy. Goes to the Fortress of Solitude, where there are some humanoid robots. their chief, it seems, says as robots they have no emotion, but there's a female robot that is chuckling. Oh, he looked at me. It makes no sense. So it's a strong start. We have a weak Superman, comic relief dog, and incoherent robots. So it's really terrible. Superman, once he is regenerated, goes back to his fight against the Boravian hammer, I think. That is so strong that Superman cannot even defeat him, which is again stupid. Lois and Clark fight about his involvement in political affairs of other countries, which is not very much love story. It's a bit strange too. Lex, so you'll see the bad points about Lex. Lex manipulates the city council and convinces them that he has proof that Superman is here to conquer Earth and reproduce with as many women as possible. Really? No, that's not coherent to stop it. There's a kaiju attack. I'll begin there. The kaiju, the special effects is incredibly bad. It looks like a creature from a kid cartoon that has been splashed on a realistic background. We see he's unreal, he's unphysical, he's not even frightening, he has a good face. So it's stupid. Again, Superman can't win. It's Mr. Terrific, Green Lantern, and her girl that save him. Superman is accused by the government of being a traitor and all that. So he surrenders, and Lex, who is not a prison guard or an official of the government, takes him and makes him visit his pocket world. How could Lex even access a pocket world? That is beyond science fiction. It is so incredibly stupid. I don't know what to say. Lex is known for having good technology, a big power armor, using kryptonite, but he never traveled dimensions. He doesn't have this kind of power or technology. It's totally stupid. So he makes Superman prisoner with Metamorpho that has one of his hands transformed into kryptonite. Another totally stupid thing, because Metamorpho can't know what kryptonite is at all, so he couldn't create it or simulate it. Metamorpho sees Lex kill a man coldly, so he decides to help Superman. At the same time, Lois and Mr. Terrific come to save him, so they get outside. But Lex, being totally insane, pushed the pocket world technology, and now it creates a rift that will kill the city and the world in the end. So what sense is there in creating a chaos that ultimately will kill Lex himself? There's a clone of Superman that is radio controlled like a drone or something. Not very interesting. And then in the end, Lois kisses Clark, blah, blah, blah. And there's a small scene with Supergirl. I didn't think she was drunk, really. Just that she has social problems. She doesn't know how to behave or anything. And she calls Superman bitch. And one current thing. No, we know that Crypto is Supergirl's dog, not Superman's dog. That's why, as she is an asshole, stupid, and maybe a drunk, that's why her dog is chaotic and stupid too. Whoa, an explanation of something good. So, as we run Superman, I don't like James Gunn humor. Mostly, I don't like James Gunn movies, mainly because of his humor, because of his perception of characters that mostly are losers or not important people. That a little like Pulp Fiction in a sense. They are not totally bad. They know how to do a bit of things, but they're not the top of their job. They are really struggling to do something simple. So Superman is not that at all. Superman is one of the strongest characters, heroes in all comic history. He's not a guy that gets kicked around all the movie. He's not a guy that uses his dog to carry him or to fight with him. So we have lots of jokes from Green Lantern. Especially the hypnotic glasses. He thinks Clark has hypnotic glasses that makes people not know he's Superman. Another stupid idea. He has a few other jokes. Eve, that is with Lex, is doing selfies all the time, which is boring after two scenes. Honestly, there's also humor here and there, conversations with Green Lantern and his friends. So many stupid things. Let's get back a bit to Jurassic World. Jurassic World has one great quality, that's the visuals. The visuals are stunning. The scenery, especially the scenery, because most of it is on the ocean or on the island. The camera work is good. We understand what we see on screen with no problem. And Superman, not at all. The flight scenes are extremely horrible. It's like the Flash special effects. It's some blurry mess where the character is deformed. It's really horrible. The kaiju, I said, doesn't look like something real. It looks like someone put it on another image, but with no care at all. Mostly the camera work is either static when Lois and Clark discuss and get angry, or at the Daily Planet, the camera is very static. It could have been done more intelligently because it's boring after a few seconds. The music is totally not there. I don't remember any music from Superman at all. Jurassic World is not the best, but at least there's good things. And of course, the original theme, but mainly the music is good. The acting, it will be really terrible because in both movies it's quite weak. Scarlett Johansson is maybe the best actor of the two movies, which is saying a lot. I hated her as Scarlet Witch because she was so monolithic, no emotion. But here, because she's hot, it was not very good. The scientists, the others are average. They are not absolutely terrible. The actors, the characters The characters, there's Javier as a boyfriend with smoking drugs all the time, being lazy, being mainly stupid, but they worked a bit on him. He has these moments where he sees that he's a big shit, which is already good to get better. He plunges to save the girl, but we don't see really what happens. Maybe she managed herself. After some time, he's not the worst. The other characters, donc the blonde guy, I'll put the name in the description. He doesn't have even a lot of off-screen time. He dies very stupidly for a mercenary that is supposed to survive a lot of things. Not much interesting. The two black guys on the boat, they are the black guys, so they don't have an interesting part or anything. Precision, I'm not racist. I'll do a video about Hollywood and black people, and you'll see that it's Hollywood that always gives the black guys, with a few exceptions, the same role. A criminal, a stupid guy, the guy that dies very fast in the movie. It's really terrible. So let's go to Superman. I hate the cast, the whole cast, everyone. The guy that does Lex, I don't remember his name. He has no charisma. He should have stopped his career 30 years ago, because all his career is like that. No charisma at all. No interest in seeing him. When he goes angry, it's too angry. He doesn't control his emotions well. It's terrible. Corin Sweat is cute, I'd say, being gentle. But he lacks charisma. I don't know his age, but maybe it will come later when he's more accustomed to playing roles. But he has no charisma at all. I cross in the street, maybe I see as he's tall because he's a big guy, but 5 seconds later, I forgot him totally. Rachel Brosnahan, she's bad at emotions. She talks to every people exactly the same way. So she could talk to Lex, Superman, the dog, or a wall. She'd have exactly the same expressions. She has no empathy. It's pretty terrible. Green Lantern, I won't speak about him. I don't like the actor, but he's been for many, many years. So I'm not surprised he plays an asshole, and he's been boring since the first image. Mr. Terrific, maybe the guy is good. The character is maybe the bit most interesting in the movie, but it's mostly his technology that is interesting, not really the character. Hawk Girl, nothing much to say. Eve, I'm so sad. I understood that it is Eve Tessmaker, the character we've seen in the old movies. But she's gotten even more stupid, and she was stupid already. Maybe it's because of the internet period that made her even more stupid. There's Otis appearing. That has become a black guy from a fat white guy. It's a bit strange. Basically, what's really good in Jurassic World Rebirth is first the pace of the movie. Not that it is full action. There's a bit of dialogue, they're introducing characters, introducing the story, all that, but it's well balanced. It doesn't slow the plot. It goes good from beginning to end. So I hear there's people saying that it stole ideas from Jurassic Park. You are in a series of movies about dinosaurs and humans trying to survive. Of course, there are scenes that will look alike from one movie to another. There will be humans that feel the dinosaur. There will be a door closing and the dinosaur being smart and opening it. Of course, there will be similar scenes from movie to movie. We can't escape it. As I said, the music is pretty good. It gives a good atmosphere. The acting, except for the blonde guy, I forgot his name. I should have noted it. Is average to good. Yes, the stupid thing is a little pet dinosaur. It makes no sense. It's for selling plushies to kids. That's all. So yeah, I think I'm mostly finished. The important thing here is that am I lucky or not to be 55? The cinema quality has gone down and down for dozens and dozens of years, so that it's so easy to do a movie that is successful with people that have no taste, because they go see it and they like it, like James Gunn does. Guardians of the Galaxy, it's nothing. It's big mouth saying one-liners, a bit of action, and that's all, with shit humor, really shit, because they have a humor about defecation, peace, and all that, like Harley Quinn. Try to see older movies. You'll find lots of lists of movies to see, so you will be able to compare what is a great movie, what makes it a great movie, the story, the acting, the suspense, the surprises, so many elements that now are much disappearing. So it will be the closing of this video. Thank you very much for watching, if you watched, and see you later.